Good evening on this Thursday, the 3rd day of July 2025. Welcome to Newswatch on Hope TV, the station where you look and live. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Let us take a look at the day's news. In a mysterious turn of events, blogger Njenga has resurfaced after disappearing from his home in Kinoo, Kiambu County on June 22nd. Njenga, who appeared visibly shaken, showed up at the Milimani Law Court this Thursday, ending days of speculation and public uproar over his whereabouts.
Yes. Yes.
First of July.
But there are procedural issues of compliance and for the safety and well-being of everyone. I'll read number 5.
Second petitioner in court.
Yes, the second petitioner is in court.
He comes to explain to court. He may elect. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
It's paramount to me.
Absolutely.
They want to talk to the second. We still can ask him to come. But if you want to ask, I'm here, he's here.
Yes.
No. If you want, he's here. And I'm here. So let's have it in order that we have the DCI, right? The person I wanted.
Yeah.
Saying will not. But I wanted to agree how we proceed. That's
I'm actually drawing from your wisdom, my lord, that in this particular instance, as we left last time, was the life, liberty of the petitioner, second petitioner, and we are glad that he's here. He's alive, he's breathing.
Leaders, elders, and professionals from Isiolo County have castigated the intimidation and threats by high-ranking individuals allegedly against the ongoing impeachment of Isiolo Governor Abdi Ibrahim Hassan. Addressing a press conference, the leaders called on President William Ruto to rein in on rogue state operatives, including a cabinet secretary they say is undermining democracy in Isiolo County, and demanded for the arrest of the governor alongside his associates who have orchestrated violent invasions of the county assembly and destruction of property. This as Governor Abdi is set to appear before the full Senate on July 8th and 9th for his ouster.
We, the people of Isiolo, representing all communities residing in the county, unequivocally condemn the escalating assault on democracy and blatant abuse of power by certain high-ranking individuals in government who are actively frustrating the constitutional impeachment process against the governor of Isiolo County. This process, lawfully initiated by members of the County Assembly, MCAs, is deeply rooted in the will of the people, as clearly expressed during public participation forums held across the county on 24th June 2025. Over the past 3 weeks, 16 out of 18 MCAs, including the 8 elected representatives of the people, have been forced into hiding, fearing for their safety. They are being hunted down like fugitives by goons allegedly hired by the governor, simply for fulfilling their constitutional mandate. Let us be clear. Democracy is not a crime. Impeachment is not treason. The MCAs carrying out their duties are not criminals. What is unfolding in Isiolo is a grave and dangerous precedent, where certain individuals purporting to act for the state are seemingly weaponizing institutions and criminalizing legitimate democratic process through threats and intimidation.
Our Deputy President Kithure Kindiki has led a host of national leaders in calling for peace and unity during a women and youth empowerment program held in Taita Taveta County. The leaders urged residents to uphold peace, emphasizing that national development can only be achieved in a stable and united environment. They also warned against political incitement, cautioning locals not to be swayed by opposition figures allegedly using deceitful tactics, including staging fake kidnappings and falsely accusing security agencies for political mileage. Kindiki was joined by National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula, Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, Farouk Kibet, among others.
Mfano bora katika nchi ya Kenya kwa sababu mmekuwa nyumba ya makabila na jamii zote hapa Kenya. Hiyo ndio Kenya tunaidhamini na hiyo ndio Kenya tunaomba tuendelee kushikana pamoja ili tukue pamoja kiuchumi na kiustaarabu. Watu wa Taveta tutachosha na mambo mengi na waomba tu muendelee kumshikilia Mheshimiwa Bwire.
Tukisema pesa mfukoni, kina mama wakitingiza kidogo, pesa inaongea. Tuhakikisha ya kwamba kina mama wako na pesa ya biashara, kina mama wako na pesa ya kusomesha watoto, na kina mama wako na pesa ya kung'ara, kwani duniani ya nani? Ama namna gani kina mama?
Tukimalizana na mabarabara, tukimalizana na mastima, tukimalizana na maji, pia tuwape pesa mfukoni watu wetu, wakina mama, vijana, ndio wapate nafasi ya kufanya biashara. Ndio sababu Mheshimiwa rafiki yetu Bwire alituambia ya kwamba kujeni tusaidiane kufanya hiyo kazi.
Residents of Luanda in Vihiga County turned out in large numbers to welcome former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, and former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i during their Meet the People tour. The gathering, marked by strong public sentiment, emphasized the need for responsible and accountable leadership, with locals voicing frustration over what they termed as government failure. Speaking during the event, Gachagua commended the people of Luanda for their unity and courage. He thanked the residents for what he described as their unwavering love and commitment to building a better and more just future. Meanwhile, former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has called on Kenyans to support them take over government in the next elections. The opposition convoy also held roadside stops over in Kakamega County.
Mimi mnajua ni mtu ya kusikiza ground. Si ndio? Nasikiza wapi? Hapa ground inasemaje? Hapa ground inasemaje? Hapa ground inasemaje? Hapa ni Vihiga. Pale kwa Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia anajua vile mnasema? Ama hana habari? Ana habari ama hana? Hebu mwambie Musalia watu ya Vihiga mnasemaje? Harambe! Wewe Ruto! Wewe Kasongo!
Sisi tumekuwa na Kasongo kule ndani. Na mnakumbuka mimi nilimwambia Kasongo, wacha na hao vijana wetu. Wacha vijana wamesoma wazungumze the exercise ya intellectual capacity. Lakini Kasongo ni mtu wa kusikia kweli? Kasongo anahitaji wale watu wanakaa nao, wewe ndiye anawaajia vile watamuadvise. Inawezekana kweli? Ndio mnaona nchi yetu imezorota vile tumekuwa tukiarifiwa kila siku. Na hivi majuzi mliona waziri wa afya akitangaza kwamba ati madawa ya thamani ya shilingi bilioni 90 ati imeozea kwa store. Na huku hospitali zetu hakuna madawa. Ni kweli?
Vile sisi tumeshuhudia vile nchi zinavyoendeshwa, vile serikali zinavyoundwa, hata maeneo haya menyewe tumefanya kazi na nchi ya Sudan hapa, Uganda na kwingineko, IGAD, Ethiopia, wapi. Hii serikali ya William Ruto haijui kitu tulianzisha na mzee Kibaki na the late Wamalwa ambacho kinaitwa Vision 2030. Kama ingefuatilia mambo hayo, tungekuwa tumepunguza marudufu umaskini ya watu wetu. Lakini kilichoko ni waporaji.
Nyinyi wananchi, nataka kuwauliza kwa ukweli, museme kabisa kwa kauli moja, nyinyi mumetosheka pia na uongozi wa taifa letu kweli? Muna furaha nao? Wameweza kazi ama wamelemewa? Wameweza kazi ama wamelemewa? Tumekuja hapa kwa sababu wamelemewa. Sasa tunasema tunataka kuichukua hiyo kazi, tuwasaidie Wakenya, tuwatumikie nyinyi, tusaidie kutengeneza mambo ya elimu na mambo mengine mengi kama kilimo na usalama katika taifa letu tukufu la Kenya.
Sababu tunasema Ruto must go. Sababu sisi watu wa Mlembe ni watu wa amani. Huyu jamaa anamwaga damu ya Gen Z, anatega vijana wetu nyara, anawaua usiku na mchana. Aende asiende? Ruto na mauaji yake, aende asiende?
Tumesema kwamba 2027 ndio ile mwaka, si ndio? Ndio ile mwaka jamii ya Mlembe naenda kwa hiyo meza. Na Mwenyezi Mungu ametupatia uwezo, sisi ndio tutabadilisha serikali. Wangapi wanasema tuko tayari kubadilisha serikali? Wacha tuone. Harambee! Harambee!
Meanwhile, elders from Mount Kenya East have slammed former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, accusing him of fueling tribal divisions in the region and reaffirming their support for Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki. Speaking in Runyenjes, Embu County during what they called the Runyenjes Declaration, elders from Meru, Tharaka Nithi and Embu counties accused Gachagua of failing to deliver development and dividing the Mount Kenya region along ethnic lines. They questioned Gachagua's repeated political attacks on Kindiki, suggesting they were driven by regional bias, and declared that any attack on Kindiki was an attack on the entire Mount Kenya East community.
Believed then, and we still believe now, that the impeached former deputy president was not ready nor able to support the development of Mount Kenya East. Instead, he blocked progress for our people. We chose to support Professor Kithure Kindiki, who was then serving as Interior Cabinet Secretary. We asked him to be our voice and to work closely with His Excellency President William Ruto to help bring development to our region. In the last 8 months, Deputy President Kindiki has shown hard work, respect, and true leadership. He is focused on development and has brought back discipline to the office of the Deputy President.
After Rigathi Gachagua failed to lead our region's development agenda and turned against President William Ruto and even began fighting Mount Kenya MPs, including those from his own backyard, we noted he started dividing our region and bringing confusion, and therefore distanced ourselves from him and his style of leadership.
Tunamwomba Naibu Rais Professor Kithure Kindiki aendelee kwa imara, mwaminifu na mwenye msimamo, aendelee kushirikiana na rais kuleta maendeleo katika kila pembe za Kenya. Pia tunamwomba aunganishe viongozi wote wa Mlima Kenya Mashariki, aongoze kwa busara na aendelee kuimarisha amani, maendeleo, mshikamano katika taifa letu.
And on that note, let's take a short break on Newswatch tonight. We have plenty coming up on the other side.
one thing I've learned about leadership, just generally in leadership, the leader is not the smartest person in the room. All right, he's not always the smartest person. When you're a leader, your strength is in the ability to be able to harness the gifts around you. It's the same thing in the family. All right, like I said, your wife is a very smart person. So you don't shut her down. All right, but you allow her to. You pick those ideas, you discuss them, and one of you make them your own.
Definitely.
It's like even in any organization, as the CEO, for example, you're not necessarily the smartest person in that organization, but you get around yourself people who are smart, people who are good in what they do, and then you take all those ideas and then you lead. And guess who takes credit at the end of the day? You take the credit at the end of the day. Because you're the leader.
The leader,
isn't it? You know, so that's what leadership is all about. So being able to also just harness all those gifts that God has given you through your wife and one of you, but being able to chart the way forward.
Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
Welcome back. First Lady Mama Rachel Ruto has urged national and county legislators to allocate more funds towards child nutrition, calling for the expansion of school milk programs and establishment of kitchen gardens. Speaking in Kilifi County during a milk distribution exercise at Kachororoni and Gandini primary schools, Rachel emphasized the need to make the national school milk program a permanent part of school feeding strategies. She also called for sustainable water solutions to support school agriculture and improve nutrition. Agriculture Principal Secretary Jonathan Mweke termed the program a key step in securing the country's future.
It is incredible to see these passionate learners not only embracing the concept of agriculture, but also taking the knowledge they gained back home. I'm informed 22 students from Kachororoni Primary School have successfully set up flourishing kitchen gardens for their families, showcasing the power of multiplication in action. The joy and pride they express in cultivating their own food is a testament to the positive impact our program is having.
Let's go to Embu, where Embu Senator Alexander Mundigi has condemned Mukurweini Member of Parliament John Kakushia for allegedly turning a church function into a political battlefield during a service held in Embu last Sunday. Mundigi's remarks follow chaotic scenes at Kavutiri grounds during the retirement ceremony of Bishop Njeru Nyaga, where Kakushia stirred controversy by criticizing the government over Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen's shoot to kill directive. The comments angered a section of worshippers who interrupted Kagushia's speech and forcibly took the microphone from him. Senator Mundigi, speaking in Embu town on Wednesday, slammed the Member of Parliament for disrespecting protocol and urged visiting politicians to observe decorum during public events, especially in places of worship.
Tumestuka sana tukiwa watu wa Embu jana na leo. Kagusia ule MP wa Mukurweini amesunguka kwa media sote akisema governor wa Embu County ambaye ni sisi vile ameandika nguns na hawa nguns ndio walikuwa nataka kumshapa. Lakini nataka niambie mheshimiwa Kagusia ambaye ni MP wa Mukurweini, wewe ni MP wa Mukurweini na Mukurweini katika Nyeri County, ningekuomba ile mambo litamuka ainge kuwa inakumbaliwa katika Embu County. Ya pili, kama unataka kujibu governor, mjibu governor ambaye ni Mutai Kaiga. Mutai Kaiga ni governor wa Nyeri County, uachane na mambo ya Embu County. Sisi yenyewe tutaungana na leaders wote tuweze kuona vile tutatatua county ya Embu County, kwa sababu governor wetu ni governor Sisire Mutito Mbalile na tunamuunga mkono. Kwa sababu ukianja kutamuka hivyo, na mimi kwa macho yangu, mimi nilisuia watu wasikukaribie. Bishop akasuia watu wasikukaribie. Ukasimama karibu na governor ambaye alingonja wewe uendelee kuongea, alafu security wale walikuwa pale wakuje waese kukusimamisha wewe usiongee ile matamusi, kwa sababu mlikuja mkiwa mmechelewa, hamkujua kulikuwa kumepangwaji, hakuna mambo ya siasa ilikuwa navaa. Kwa hivyo ulikosea sana watu wa Embu kuja kuropoka mambo kama hiyo. Yangu ni kuuliza viongozi wote.
Nyeri County is staring at a ballooning backlog of pending bills following continued delays in disbursement of funds from the National Treasury. According to the County Executive for Finance and Economic Planning, Robert Thuo, the county expects to carry forward unpaid bills totaling 128.8 million shillings into the new financial year. Out of these, 58.5 million shillings is owed to contractors and suppliers under recurrent expenditure, while 70.3 million shillings falls under the development vote. Thuo warns that such delays are hurting service delivery and limiting effective use of public funds across devolved units.
Today I have made the budget announcement for the county government of Nyeri. The total budget for Nyeri County is 8,515 million Kenya shillings, comprising of 68% recurrent and 32% development. The key sectors, or that will take their own share, will comprise of first one being health, followed by agriculture, and then Department of Roads and Energy. Health becomes a vital sector, and I'm happy to say that our Health Services Fund, a fund that was created to an act in the year 2021, is already bearing fruits. So Nyeri is already able to do something we call appropriation in aid through the Nyeri Health Services Fund. So we are about to it. The only thing I would want to say at this point is this new financial year, we will have a huge backlog of unpaid bills, what we call pending bills, due to ongoing works. Remember that we could not do a supplementary budget in good time because of the court cases that were there. And that led now to us having an operational budget quite late in the year. Again, National Treasury has just disbursed the equitable share for about 3-4 months during the last few days as we read this budget. It's not possible to execute it within days, given that we have a bureaucracy in terms of taking documents to the control budget and getting withdrawals from central bank, which is quite a tedious process. So that is one thing, and I know it's not, Nyeri is not isolated. It is going to be a challenge because we have to carry that debt forward.
Pastoralist communities in Laikipia County are calling on the National Land Commission, NLC, to urgently act on long-standing historical land injustices that they say continue to threaten their way of life and cultural heritage. Speaking from the Mayanat community land in Mukogodo East, the residents expressed frustration that despite submitting their land claims to the NLC back in 2021, no progress has been made. They say they have been left living as squatters, even as vast stretches of Laikipia rangelands remain underutilized. The community also cited increased human-wildlife conflict, linking it to limited space and lack of formal land ownership documents.
Support wazee na wamama wa indigenous Laikipia ambao wanaishi Laikipia kujumuika pamoja na kuweka maneno yao pamoja kuhusu maneno ya ardhi. Kwa hivyo sisi kama Paran Alliance ni kuwawezesha wazee, wamama wapatane pamoja na waongea maneno yao kuhusu hali ya ardhi kulingana na struggle ile wamepitia na maneno ya historical land injustices tangu 2015 2016 ambayo sheria ya Kenya iliwezesha wananchi wale ambao wamefinywa ama ardhi yao za jadi zilishukuliwa ama zilishukuliwa na njia moja ama nyingine ambayo sio halali. Sheria iliwapa communities mwelekeo ili waweze kuclaim na create National Land Commission. Sasa jamii ya Laikipia Masai wamepitia hiyo barabara, wamefanya kila kitu kisheria, lakini mpaka sasa ni kama majibu yao bado. Ndio Paran Alliance ikawawezesha leo kuwakutanisha waongee pamoja, ndio waweke maneno yao ifikie kwa National Land Commission ili mahali wamefika waweze kupata haki yao kama jamii, kama wananchi pia wa Kenya. Kwa hivyo nyuma hapa ni wananchi wa Laikipia na watasema maneno yao kwa National Land Commission ambayo imejumuisha communities 5 ambayo ndio wanatengeneza Laikipia North, wananchi wote wa indigenous Laikipia wa Masai wa Laikipia North.
And in sports, shock has hit the football world following the tragic death of Portuguese international and Liverpool forward Diogo Jota. The 28-year-old star died on Thursday, that is today, alongside his younger brother Andre, after their vehicle veered off a motorway in northern Spain and burst into flames. Jota, widely hailed by Liverpool fans as better than Figo, was a beloved figure both on and off the pitch. His untimely death has plunged English champions Liverpool and fans worldwide into mourning. Jota's talent took him to Atletico Madrid in 2016. Although he never played a match for the Spanish side, he found his breakthrough at Wolverhampton Wanderers, where his goals helped the team climb from the Championship to the Europa League quarter-finals, earning him a €45 million move to Liverpool in 2020. Tributes continue to pour in from across the football world as fans, players and clubs remember Diogo Jota not just for his talent but for the heart and energy he brought to the game. The Portugal international had recently married his partner, Ruth Cardoso, with whom he had 3 young children. Indeed, our condolences to the whole football fraternity, family and friends. And with that, it's a wrap on Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for watching. God willing, see you tomorrow 9 p.m. as we also take a look at today's conundrum. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Have a good night.